What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first ever um, Zoom podcast
Yeah.
for our R&R. Yeah. And we're doing it because we have our friend and special guest who also just happens to be a successful small business owner. Everyone, please welcome Joanna Gold. Pause for
Yay.
what's up, Joanna? How you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
How was yours?
Ours was good. Ours was good. I made a little bit for like a week. Every day I made one thing. So then I had a clean kitchen on Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So then Thanksgiving came. I threw the turkey in. Everything was made. We just warmed it up. No dishes.
Fantastic. So,
That's
for our listeners who don't know who you are, and they're probably asking, who is Joanna Gold and what is her social security number?
yeah,
Um,
mostly.
yeah, so let's cut out that second half and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Who
who,
am I?
yeah, the mystery.
Well, I go by she, her. Kidding. So I'm a New
Come with
Jersey
the singing.
native, caged here in Oklahoma against my own best choices and will. Um,
I know
I
that
met
feeling.
my yeah, I met my now husband, who is an Oklahoma native in California when we were working together. We did the conventional, had a child, got married, way of California, but then brought that to Oklahoma. So mixed
Where'd
up
you where'd you originally grow up? Where'd you grow
New
up?
Jersey.
So how do you get from Jersey to Cali?
Working in restaurants and working in a cold environment, you just like you hit your breaking point. I was working 60, hours a week, 65 hours a week. And then my day off, it would be snowing. So I was like,
Yeah.
Ugh.
what the hell? Like
Oh,
one day off, and it just became that. And I just remember it turning another September was gonna hit another October. And I was like, this is stupid. So I can go do this where there's sand and at least go enjoy my day off. Like literally, like that was it. Dollars and cents. Like do the same
nice.
thing where there's sand. So at least I can enjoy that day off.
Right?
And yeah, that's what I
So
decided to do. I was young and I could do it and didn't have anything holding me back and decided to move across the country.
so you were already cooking and like chefing it up in Jersey before you
No, I
decided?
worked in restaurants doing managing, waiting tables, kind of more the front of the house. I never really even explored back of the house until later on. I
Really?
didn't get bored of it, if you will. It's a lot on your
Yeah.
nerves after a while. And then it really wasn't until that point, yeah, I realized I no longer wanted that. I enjoyed restaurants, I enjoyed serving, I love waiting on people. It sounds stupid, but I really do. um it's a people
That
pleaser,
doesn't sound stupid.
yeah, we all have our
Yeah.
people pleaser thing that we do inside of us, even
My
Oh,
the
yeah.
the grumpy bastard who lives down the street.
my new
He's
kick right
still,
now is watching The Bear on Hulu. I'm fucking loving it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot, man. That is like I started watching it and literally for sure it's like my heart like stopped for 30 seconds and I'm like,
You're having panic attacks for them and shit.
yeah, like just that the sounds of a ticker, man. It just shows your true mental illness because you can like hear it go off and you can get excited, or you can hear it go off into a straight panic attack.
But
Like
it's
you can
also
have either mode.
it's like that pressure thing. Like some people like working under that. Like it gets them
I can
off. I
only
mean,
do it.
like
Yeah.
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 I
I
wouldn't
only
even
clean.
say
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's a like. It's you have to have
Have to.
that
Yeah. It has
to
nothing to
like,
do.
yeah, to excel. Like you have to have that pressure. Otherwise it's just like, why am I here? What am I doing?
Yeah, because I'm just not a person, I you have to be a personality. I'm just not a person who plants a flower and goes, that was satisfying.
No,
So what
I don't get it from that.
no.
when you said you started in the front of the house and you decided to go to the what drove you to the back of the house? Like I'm gonna start
Uh
cooking.
Control and stability for my family. at least I figured that if I could get into that, and I'm not concerned about myself and succeeding. I'm a human being that if I decide to do something, I just do it and I figure it out and whatever. So I think that was sort of my thought process of if I can get a 360 knowledge of the entire place, then that will maybe give me the next step of what I should be doing. Because I just knew that it wasn't going to be in restaurants anymore. Because once you have a kid, you're either going to decide to hang out with a bunch of drug addicts and gambleaholics until 2 o'clock in the morning, you know.
I've worked back in the house before. I was dishwasher. I know what
It's
all these.
fun until it's not, man.
Yeah,
It's
a lot
a
of
party until
cokeheads.
it's over.
Yeah.
It's I love all, I mean, my memories will be enough sometimes to just make me laugh and fall asleep. Because it's just madness. It was madness. But yeah, taking it back and like just having a first child, it just makes you go like, I just can't do this. I can't do this anymore. It's
So
just crazy.
let's talk about your business. Let's talk about Gold Plated. What tell me about it.
Yeah, we're a personal chef service located in Oklahoma City. I started it 11 years ago. Will be 11 years on the 15th of February. Um,
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks. It wasn't easy. It sort of just came, like I say, from a need. I realized that I loved more of that back of the house recipe, menu planning element than I actually enjoyed working with people. Go figure, because people are the
Right.
and I just
People suck, but
they suck.
sometimes they're fun to control.
Oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
can control them better this way. Like it was more of a it's on my terms.
Mm.
I'm so and that as a human, I have general anxiety disorder. I'm a little bit of a weird person in general.
Welcome to
I
the
like
show.
yeah, I need to control my environment to succeed. And some people can't. Like as long as I can control a little bit of it for a short time, I can concede. I know I can control everything, but when it comes
Yeah.
to work, I'm like, if I can just control this. So working privately in people's houses gives me that opportunity. I can still make food. I can still get my fulfillment of people pleasing, of all those things from it. And I can help. Like my mom was a nurse, and I always kind of loved that way. There's not a shot exactly. I'd touch people because people are disgusting, but I mean,
They are.
and they're liars.
Go in
People are
anyone's
disgusting
bathroom.
liars. They will
That's
look at
true.
you and lie right to your face.
That's true, especially if they know their answer is wrong. The real answer is wrong.
Right. And like they
Yeah.
just go hell bent against it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really funny thing. So I actually kind of like that part of the private side of it, going, all right, that mom element a little bit. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. I'm gonna do it this way. I know you're lying. It's fine.
And
So I get that like mom, giggle feeling. And it's a good feeling when you work in people's houses when you can look at somebody 10, 15 years older than you're going, are you going to eat the salad? I'm not making it. You're not going to eat it. You're wasting your money. And then they're like,
And my
forget it.
time.
Yeah. And they're
right,
like, forget the salad. Never mind. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. If you're
Right.
not going to eat the salad, don't ask for the salad.
there you
I don't
go.
care. I don't care.
Right,
So
and so
yeah,
you've
go ahead.
you've pleased some pretty famous people before, and
I certainly have pleased
That sounds
plenty
fun.
of,
yeah. Is your
and then I
husband gonna
started
see this
cooking for them.
episode?
And then I found out what they like to eat.
Oh, there you go. I mean, you know the way to a man's heart. She's just going in the this way. But okay, I had a
Yeah,
couple questions.
sure.
Um, I posted a photo that you had shared, and it said you had done something with The Rock. Now,
Yeah.
what was that
That's very
about?
cool.
And did you get to meet him?
Did not get to meet him. Such a
Oh, jeez.
bummer. But
Aw.
But
I can say wholeheartedly that I was the first chef he hired for his food truck. So I
Nice.
nice,
can at least take that claim. I was the first chef to cook on his food truck.
That is cool.
Yeah, so I was like, at least I can take something from it. Uh,
nice. And
but
then
yeah, it was
there
during the
was
pandemic. I think what happened was I think it was a marketing plan that was probably already in place that they had to change because of the pandemic. I think he was
Okay.
always going to have a food truck. I think he was always going to have, he built it. It was amazing. It was like half kitchen, half bar.
And this was in
Because,
Oklahoma.
well, yes, their first stop was Oklahoma.
Okay.
So what had happened is they had got it done at the fabricators in Atlanta, and then they needed to drive the food truck to California for the Jungle Cruise opening.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Right. And then they also needed some marketing material, I think, on the way. I think so. What they decided to do was
That's
that
that's the that's the movie that dropped on Disney Plus, like when it came out in the theaters, or Max, and I still haven't watched it.
I don't think we did either. I mean, it was at that point where Weston was 10 and he was like, nah, I'm good. You know,
Didn't
he'd
we
rather
have
watch
our
the
own? Didn't we
yeah,
grow up with our own Disney's Jungle Cruise? Didn't we
I
have
don't
our
know.
own?
Well, there
It
was the
was a
ride.
ride. Yeah.
Right. There was the ride. I don't think there was never a movie. And if
It
there
was
Not that I
was,
just
I
know of.
definitely don't remember it.
no, I don't really
No.
remember the ride either. Was
I
it like
remember
the
the
Jungle
ride.
Bear kind of thing?
No, that's the bear. That's the bears. So the
Huh.
ride is the one where like if you're in the ride and then they're like, watch over there, there's crocs. Oh, look at that. It's the most inappropriate ride in Disney. They're like, look at they're like, look at those animals trying to kill the hunter. And it's just like quote unquote native.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
And the guy's like, look at
okay.
those
You
animals trying to kill the hunter. And you're like, whoa, what's
oh,
going on here? Like, and as a small child, you're like, wait a second, that doesn't feel right.
they're called savages, sir.
Right. Use the technical term.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Jeez.
back when we were right.
Yeah, it was wildly inappropriate if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Disney
one of the
doesn't
rides
have
they've changed. But I guess it was a big deal for them. So they capitalized in a way that they could. They sent the truck, and then I guess with Oklahoma City kind of just being right in the middle of the country, it was a great place for them to stop and get some marketing
yeah.
footage. So they organized it where we could get into a fire station. So I served hundreds of tacos to the fire people during work.
Nice.
They could come back. They came back from a fire, and I was making them tacos, and we had like a
Nice.
videographer and photographers there, and taking pictures and stuff like that. So it was really cool, and it was
They're, they're coming back from a burning building. You're giving them habanero fucking tacos. Like we could
like,
get
hey,
fucking
they're
ice cream.
saving that life. You want a
This dude
taco?
this dude's hair's
Everybody
still on
always wants a
fire.
taco.
Who says no to a taco?
True.
So that was
And then,
that was just fun. I mean, for me, it was great because it came out our slowest month.
nice.
Fiscally, June is our slowest month. So it actually came in June during the pandemic. So it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Basically name my price and they were like, yep, sounds good. Do it. Great. Whatever. They didn't care because obviously the budget was probably going to be so drastically lower than what they intentionally thought because they probably had thought they were going to do this big ass campaign, but they
Right.
couldn't do it. So for me, they were like, yeah, sure, whatever. We'll take it. We'll write the check, whatever. Just go make tacos.
I
So
remember
cool.
you had also done you were asking about I don't remember his name. You don't have to bring it up, but I am bringing it up. Never mind. The
What are
when
you?
you
What
were
are you, my husband?
the
I'm not bringing it up, but when you act that way,
she helps me.
that's
She
weird.
helps me.
That's weird. I thought you started when you said we weren't bringing it up.
The actor who played Shazam,
Yeah, Zachary Levi.
and he ended up being vegan, and I remember you reaching out or something like that.
He had a crazy specialized diet, and he needed to gain weight for Shazam 2
Okay.
while he was filming something else in Oklahoma. So like he needed to gain like 25 pounds of solid muscle.
He
So
was
he
doing
did,
that Kurt Warner fucking movie.
yes, he was filming Kurt Warner and he was filming Unbreakable Boy, which
Okay.
is a
Yep.
true story here. And yeah, so he was filming both those. He was here for 5 months.
Oh,
Wow.
So
wow.
that was a great gig too, for sure. 2 or
So
3
what did
times a
you
week.
what did you end up like cooking for him as far as vegan meals were concerned?
No, he wasn't vegan. He wasn't vegan. It was just a specialized diet. It was actually
Oh,
the opposite of vegan. It was like so much meat. It was
oh,
so much meat, but it was a
High
very
protein.
structured. It was a very structured way that he needed to go about it, which
I
not
was
everybody can do. Normally, you're thinking 25 pounds, you're going to have a great balance of your proteins and your carbs, and well, no carbs in this situation. And it was like no sugars and no this and that. So when you are just going down to straight protein and straight vegetable to get 5,000 calories a day,
you
that's
just
so much
yeah.
food.
Why don't you just go down to the cattlemen's, get raw steaks, walk them through a warm room, and hand it to them? Like,
And
there
then
you
just sit
go,
there and eat them.
there you go.
Oh, I know. I basically would go. I mean, I lost, I think, like 17 pounds cooking for him just because I could not stand touching meat anymore.
Oh wow,
Right?
that's
Yeah,
great.
it just was at that point
I
where I'm like, if
was
I see a chicken thigh, I am going to scream.
I was
Yeah.
so off. I told my buddy Ferg that dude was a vegan, and you,
No,
Now they're just like
apparently
making
not.
fun of him
yeah,
in bars, and they're just like, dude, you think that guy's a
yeah.
vegan?
They're like,
What the
what a
hell?
fucking
And you know what?
pussy, dude.
Obviously, Johnny, we would know if he
Yeah,
was a vegan. He would have
yeah.
told everybody. That's what
But
vegans
see,
do.
yeah, but my but
That's the first thing he would have done. He would have been like, by the way, I'm a vegan and I do CrossFit.
hold on. The first time I ever met a vegan, I didn't know he was vegan. And that question was for my buddy Ferg, who I told was like, I told him that the guy from Shazam was a vegan. And he's like, can you ask her a question for me about vegan dishes?
Well,
And
and
I
you
was
can
like,
still ask the question about vegan dishes,
yeah,
just don't
yes, I
reply
can
to
still ask
him.
that question, but now I
Okay,
look like
yeah.
a
So
total fucking
no, look,
asshole,
no, but it's still a
like
valid
normal.
question because
Yeah.
Joanna, you cook for a lot of different people, like
Oh
in
yeah, I
people's
cook
homes.
for
So
vegans too. Yeah, yeah.
right. So like what is the go-to like I want this dish, vegan
If
dish?
if
Vegans
someone,
vegans love tacos. Vegans love tacos because you can spice something up. You can spice up a cauliflower. I mean, you can get your proteins in. I mean, peas, like green peas are a great source of a protein. You
you
know what I mean?
lost me at peas.
Yeah,
You can
Johnny
blend
won't do
those
it.
up and you can make them into a sauce and add them in with jalapenos, and you can make a chimichurri and add peas, and now you've got a protein packed chimichurri sauce, as opposed to whereas before it would just sort of be quote unquote empty calories. But now
Right.
you've
So
got the protein added in with the cauliflower, added in with the tortilla, added in with the fake cheese and the whatever.
so if somebody contacts you and was like, "Hey, I want to hire you. We're vegan." Your first like go-to staple is like, "I'm gonna do tacos," or do they
Tacos,
kind of
chili, soups, stews. I mean, I love a curry for a vegan because you can pack in coconut. You can get, a lot of great flavors in there because it's slowly cooked. Pestos are another one that I go towards because you can add things like cashew nuts into it. I mean, there's not really any diet that intimidates me. I mean, it's just food math at this point to me. I know what you are, and then I know what you automatically can't have.
right?
It's
Right.
It's
yeah,
like you
yeah,
systematically you made it
yeah.
it's like when I would do work for the army,
Mhm.
what I was doing, it was just me
When you
moving
did,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't for even when I was in, I was hardly working. But
Right. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I get
Good
it.
for
I get
you.
it. Like you said it when you said it's food math, it kind of clicked. That's when it kind of clicked for me. It's like because when I think of food, I'm immediately thinking I'm tasting and and you're thinking this is what goes great together for what you
Yeah, I think people
enjoy.
automatically, when it comes to specific diets or whatever, they're automatically bummed out and worried about the things A, they can't have anymore, or B, they're already seeing a deficit.
Right?
They're already worried about the thing that lack of something.
Like
So I don't, yeah,
I can't make something that I don't like. Does that make
right.
sense?
Yeah, no,
That
no, no,
but you
absolutely. I make things I don't love all the time. All the
and
time.
that's crazy to me. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't do that. Like I could not make a meal that I wouldn't
Oh,
be like
I
this
will
tastes
spit it out. I'll spit out a kidney bean. Oh, I am not eating a kidney bean. If it's like a chili and there's a kidney bean in it and it hits my tongue, I go, oh, nope, nope. I'm just tasting it for the salt. I'm just tasting it for the salt. That's it. That's it.
That's
Okay.
interesting. I never considered the fact that a chef could be picky.
How about a chef that's
They're
allergic
probably.
to shellfish? I've worked
Holy
with two
shit.
chefs that were allergic to shellfish, and
Oh
one
no.
of them worked at a big hotel and convention center. So, like, holidays, he'd be raw.
Oh
Oh,
my
Arms are just
gosh.
raw because I mean, there's only so much you can do to keep yourself away from it.
give me your
Oh my
craziest
gosh.
kitchen story.
I mean, honestly, it's so funny. Like the craziest one I'd ever saw, I think was like one of the first restaurants I even like waited tables at. A guy was cutting lemons and he literally like legit just like cut the tip off of his like this idiot waiter who was like second day, they were like cut lemons and he was just, trying to be in where the action was. So he put himself in an awkward spot and that he cut his damn pink tip off his pinky and that drug addict chef walked over like a surgeon and was like, listen, everybody relax. I'm like, this is the guy that we're using like
Pulls out a little
that
bag
guy
of
away from me.
cocaine.
I know, but now he's in charge
figuring
and
it.
he's just like, listen, this is what we're gonna do.
We're good.
And like this guy's like passing out and he's like, all right, let's get this guy to the doctor. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And then I was like waiting, I was like, oh my gosh. And it was just so funny because every other day that we worked with, I can say his name is Mike because I'm not saying the place, but Chef Mike was a mess. And
Chef
I
Mike
just
sounds like a cokehead. Yeah.
but yeah, like he probably blew a rail and walked over and was like, "We're gonna do this. We're
What?
gonna get your finger back on, buddy.
Chef Mike,
We don't lose fingers on my watch.
Chef Mike's like,
Surprise.
sounds like
Oh
he
my
sounds like
gosh.
the guy that he was the football star in high school and blew his knee out, and then he's like, gotta go find something else. I'm gonna go cook
like just
and
not,
be a
yeah,
cokehead.
just it was just so that I think was my like welcome to it. And then since then I have seen some wild shit. I
Yeah.
think always my funny thing would be like when I managed and like we would have, one of our illegal employees would vanish and then a week later they would come walking in with a new ID and I'd go, where the hell were you last week? And they're like, I have never worked here. Like, oh, we're doing that.
Okay, where
Oh,
are
we're
we
doing
at?
that.
Are
Oh,
we in
okay.
California?
Hi.
Or are we in
Nice to
Oklahoma
meet
right
you.
now? Are we in
Oh,
California or
that
are we
was
in
Jersey.
Oklahoma?
That was Jersey. That was like, yeah, that was, I mean, we're talking like 2000. So like they would literally just walk in and you're like
They were
looking at
making it all the way up to Jersey?
Wow, babe.
Yeah, I know.
Wow,
I'm just
babe.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On a
I'm
bike.
I-
No, like,
I'm just saying it's more prominent down south.
No, it's not. You
they
don't get
just
out
use,
much.
we're talking, I mean, this was just at 9/11. They were figuring things out. They were just figuring things out. The public transit, they were figuring it out. They were letting people on.
I would.
But no, that to me was always the wildest thing. They would literally walk in and just hand me and I'd go look at it, go,
It's
we're
the same
doing
person.
this. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Our dishwasher is no longer with us, but good news, we have a new one. Everyone meet your new friend and mine.
Our new
Robert.
dishwasher.
Yep.
Robert.
Meet the new
Everyone meet
boss.
Robert.
Same as the old
Wow.
boss.
He reminds you a lot of our former.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Like
Huh.
that to me was just the craziest thing that we were just blatantly like, whoop, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
no problem.
Well,
You had a question, babe, about
yeah. Okay. So because you cook for so many different people and like everybody likes different things, has different diets, so to speak, or I don't know, types of food they eat. The healthiest people you cook for, what do they eat the most of?
Chicken breast.
Ugh.
Chicken breast and salmon.
Okay.
I actually have a home that the husband eats very similar to that diet I was talking about for Zachary Levi. The husband eats very close to 5,000 calories a day. He eats absolutely no carbohydrates except for anything coming from fruits
or vegetables.
And the vegetables are very limited. I mean, the fruits are very limited because of the sugar. It's an autoimmune situation. But he has a very high metabolism and works out like an animal. So he's like 4,000 calories all day, but he's just eating straight meat, vegetables, limited salts. My sugars when I use them, it's only honey and a balsamic vinegar at the most. And just a lot of spices, fresh herbs,
Nice.
Lots of garlic.
I love garlic.
They say no garlic, I'm out. I'm like, this is not gonna work out.
Yeah, no.
I want it to come out my
you're
pores,
eating cardboard.
Scare off the vampires. That's how much garlic I want.
That's right.
Well, hey, you guys, we got about 5 minutes to discuss a couple topics if you want to
Well,
get into.
hold on.
I know
hold on.
We researched them. We're going to talk about them.
Hold on.
Okay.
Joanna, tell everybody how they can find you if they want you to come in and cook for them.
You can find me in Oklahoma City. Instagram's the best, I think, because that way you can see the food and we can communicate through that system. We're working on all new websites for 2024. We're going to launch a new, logo and that kind of stuff. It's just been a long time. So right now, the best way to reach us is Gold Plated Food on Instagram in Oklahoma City and all the surrounding towns, neighborhoods, the whole metro area we service.
And if you follow me on Instagram, I follow them. So you can just
not many golds in Oklahoma, so it's pretty easy.
Right?
Not a lot.
Not yet. Not yet. We're gonna get into something I don't want to get into because your husband doesn't look like a gold.
Well, I know my family was very shocked.
Yeah. They're like, wait a second.
My East Coast family was very shocked to meet Jonathan. They're like,
we're expecting short, dark hair, maybe a little bigger of a nose.
They're like, wait a second.
That's some Aryan.
Not right. And I was like, oh no, you misunderstood.
Yeah.
No.
Let's just say he could have fooled the Germans. So just
that's for sure.
But those
no. Hi, Jonathan.
Terrible. I told you I need to keep this job.
Yeah.
I literally don't know how to do anything else.
I know the feeling. Look what I'm doing now.
That's right.
So these the topics. 1999 Tonda Dickerson.
I remember this.
They made a movie about it.
Yeah. I didn't remember the movie, but I remember this for sure. I totally remember this happening because my mom was a nurse and my dad was HVAC and they all would put in for every time there was a jackpot, they'd all put in the money. That was the thing to do. That's what you did. That was our parents' only source of entertainment, I feel like.
Boxing. Stayed up late for the numbers to be read.
Pickets in my house. My dad would kill me right now, but he was every night, sits, gotta get the pickets, die, the pickets, get my numbers. Which doesn't even do it for me. I have no desire at all. There's nothing within me at all to ever do that.
No. Same.
There's no sasatisfaction. I
like to complain that I want the money, but I'll never spend the money on a ticket. Ever.
No, I never do it. There's not a shot. And I play as a group, but I wouldn't, just for excitement in the groom, but I would never play alone.
So what happened was she was a waitress that received a lottery ticket as a tip and subsequently won a $10 million prize. Following her win, there were claims that her colleagues sued her, seeking a share of the winnings, and that the person who tipped her also filed a lawsuit. Additionally, it was alleged that Tonda Dickerson faced a traumatic incident when she was kidnapped by her ex-husband, ultimately having to defend herself by shooting him in the chest. Later, she supposedly had legal proceedings against the IRS. More money, more problems, right?
Right.
That's for sure.
I remember the movie. The movie was all sweet and a love story.
It was Bridget, somebody, and Nicolas Cage, right? Bridget.
No,
Monahan?
it was no. I don't know who the actress was, but wasn't the? I thought the guy was
It was Nick Cage.
Was it?
If it
Yeah,
was,
he
we
was
gotta
a
watch it
cop.
tonight because Nick Cage is my 11-year-old's favorite.
Really?
Well,
Hold
then
on,
we'll
hold
have to
on.
look it up. I don't know
I'm
if
a
it was him. I thought it was what's his name from Yellowstone and
Nick
Tin Cup
Cage
Oh,
and
Kevin
waitress
Costner?
movie.
Kevin Costner. I thought it was him.
We
Maybe
need to
not.
phone
Waitress.
I
a
don't know.
friend.
Right?
Hold on, I'm
I
Only
looking
think
it
if
up.
Donnie's
there was
doing that.
someplace
Yeah,
we could go and look.
it's called It Could Happen to You,
Yes.
It could
and
happen to
it's
you. Oh,
yeah
yes. Oh, it was Nick
with
Yeah.
Cage.
Bridget
Oh,
Fonda. Bridget
Bridget Fonda
Fonda.
and Nick Cage. Yes, it.
Yeah,
You know what?
okay.
I didn't put two and two together that was the one they made about it. I totally saw that
Yep.
too. Yeah.
they didn't talk
Yeah,
about the
guy.
bitch having to shoot the motherfucker in the chest.
Yeah.
No.
They skipped that part of the movie.
Yeah, they did.
But
Not
can
as
you
sexy.
imagine? Like, okay, she got that as a tip. Now there must have been something in the restaurant that's like this is tip share. So
Well, the only thing that I mean, my only thing is in life is that you got a lot of time to stand around as a waitress, right? A
yeah,
lot of a lot of what if this happened? What if that happened? My guess and again, I didn't read a lot about it, but I do remember it happening at the time and that kind of stuff. And it just makes me think of like if you started having the conversation, one night when somebody left a crappy one. Like, cause there was plenty of times where I worked at like bars or something and somebody would do a scratch off and they'd leave it on the counter,
Uh-huh.
so
Yep.
double check it, just make sure,
Yeah.
yeah,
because that one time. So
yeah.
maybe it was that conversation that maybe sparked it among, like, hey, we're
Right.
already a pool house. If anybody ever gets one, we're all gonna split it. We're all gonna
Right.
split it. We're a family. We're friends. Yeah,
And
girl.
then she was
And then
like,
I got it.
And then she's
"Fuck
like,
you."
deuces.
I do that one too. Fuck you.
And then she's like, by the way, this is my real personality. I'm out.
yeah, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Well,
don't need any of you anymore.
Yeah, no, I actually never liked you. And I hated this job. You know that, right?
Right.
I hated
Yeah.
this job.
Joanna, it was great having you on. We got a minute left before this thing's gonna shut us down. So
Thank you so much. This was really nice of you.
yes, thank
It
you
was
so much for
fun.
being our first guest ever. And we're definitely when we get things up and going a little bit better, we'd love to have you
I
back on
I would love
and
that. That would be fun.
check in, see how you're doing. So thank you so much,
Thank you guys.
everyone. We'll see you.
Give everybody hugs for us.
That
Yeah,
I will.
yeah.
I have banished them all from the house, but I will when they
Dude,
return.
your boy
Good.
fucking squatting. He's a fucking beast.
He's an
A fuck.
animal, dude. He's a
Yeah,
straight animal.
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. You
All right,
take
guys.
care,
Thank
Joanna.
you.
Bye.
Bye.